Hi, it's Steve Thacker with Royal LePage. Today we're going to look at a two-chamber septic system, how it works and what we're doing to fix it, because we had a problem. Some of you have probably wondered what your septic system looked like underground. Well, basically we got two chambers. One, two. First chamber kind of breaks down and starts to get rid of the heavy waste. Then it flows into the second chamber, and that chamber makes sure that there's only water and other little solid liquids that could be left or stayed there. And then it pumps into a weeping station, which is more like a pump station. And then it goes out to the weeping field, which is out there. So we're going to have a look at this in a couple of different parts. We've also decided that we no longer want to have so much digging every time we need to get in there. So we bought what are called septic chimneys. They're basically extensions. They're not really needed, but it saves a little bit of work and time. And if you got to get access to your septic in the middle of the winter, it's kind of difficult to dig all this up. So basically what happened to us is the septic stopped working a couple of weeks ago, and we had to open up all those sections to find out what was going on. We had blockage in the house and everything else. So we had to buy a pump. The pump was dead to be able to pump the gray water, if you will, out to the weeping field. So that's what we're going to tackle today. We're going to change out the pump. We're going to show you guys a little bit what goes on here, and we're going to install those septic chimneys. So I know you're saying to yourself, what is a weeping field? Well, it's basically this hump. I don't know if it's coming in clear on the camera, but this hump is probably call it 25 by 25, and in there are 15 or 20 foot long 6-inch pipes that are all buried, and they work in unison with each other. So what happens is the water gets pumped from that pumping station into these pipes. Starts on one end and comes in out the other end. And basically what happens is the water kind of gets filtered so that the ground can accept it without being too harmful to nature, lakes, streams, and everything else. But basically that's how a septic system works. Whatever goes down your drain, shower, whatever, goes into the first chamber. Then, after that chamber, it goes into the second chamber. After the first chamber, breaks down all the hard waste. Toilet paper and whatever comes out of you gets broken up into the first tank. Then it moves on to the second tank. Once it gets onto the second tank, it further breaks down to smaller waste. So, for example, the size of half a golf ball, let's say, or the size of a walnut. And then from that tank, which is this second tank right here, so as we said, hard solids come in here, get broken down. Usually we put enzymes in there to kind of eat away at it, break it down. Once it overflows, hard waste stays here. Cleaner water comes in here. Sometimes there's a little bit of waste the size of peanuts, walnuts, whatever. Continues to break down and then moves into the pump station. Pump station is just gray water. So whatever water is left over, then it goes out to our weeping field, and then the weeping field slowly lets the water back out into the ground. And then once it gets into the ground about 18 inches to 2 feet down, we usually have, the soil filters out any rest of waste, and that's that. It's a pretty easy system, simple system. Comes out the house, into tank 1, break down heavy waste, overflow into tank 2. Now we have, like I said, the size of corn or stuff like that. That fills up, breaks down with enzymes and everything else. Goes into the pump station. In the pump station, we have straight water coming out, gray water. Just whatever water is still in the system. Still has enzymes and lots of nutrients, actually. Fucking perfect for your grass. And then it gets leached out into the weeping field slowly over time to basically be turned into straight water. So in the next part of this video, we're going to look at putting on the chimneys. We're just going to bring these caps. So this cap that you see is one on each one. We're going to raise those caps up to the level of the grass. So on the first one, we have an 18-inch chimney. On the next one, 12-inch chimney. Next one, 12-inch chimney. And basically, the goal here is to have the caps kind of sitting flush with the grass, maybe a little bit higher, so that in the future, if we have any problems in the winter or we need quick access immediately, we don't have to dig out all this stuff. A couple hours of nice digging to get this nice and clean dug the way it is, so no dirt or rocks fall into the septic system. So that's basically all we're doing with that. And in the interim, we're going to change out that pump that's sitting at the bottom down there. We're going to reconnect the alarm switch there. Basically, if the water gets too high, the alarm will sound if there's a problem with the pump. And then we're going to close it all up. We're going to call that a day. I'm not going to show you what it looks like in the other two chambers, but I will show you the pump station. As you can hear, there's water dripping down there. That's theoretically gray water. That's filtered water if there's no more waste. Not filtered drinkable water, still sewage water, but you can't drink it. So it goes into this chamber, probably 6 or 7 feet deep, gets pumped into that pipe, and that pipe takes it out to the weeping bed. But this is basically the overflow. So the water that's able to be leached into the field comes out there, and then it goes out the weeping field. Now we're removing the pump the water out to the weeping field. So now the next step is going to be to turn that red dial there and unhook it from the main pipe, and then pull the pump out, change the pump out, put her back in.
You can go unplug that one.
So that's what the pump looks like and the connection. Just a regular 1/2 horsepower pump, submersible with on-off switch. Connecting the wires, straight connect with the heat shrink, see it all out, so you don't want to put the pump, the alarm cable in. So now we're going to take the lids off, put the septic chimneys on. Yeah. Actually, there's holes in here. I thought that's what it's
They are, but it's a special...
So in the second chamber, you can see there's a pre-filter which filters out any other organic waste that's left before it goes into the pumping station.
Okay, I'll start backing up.
What's that?
Start backing up. I'm letting it down at the same time.
Help, brother? Let it down slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Forward. Okay, now back up. Put your head.
Down slow.
Okay. So in closing, all you really need to do is just re-backfill around the covers, and we just put in a little grass seed. We're going to need to do a little bit of leveling here. The goal was to get something more like this, flat, but the tank is not sitting level, so we're going to have to do just a little bit of grading here. But that's about it. So once you're done, you just fill back in around, put the lids back on, and call it a day. But as you can see now, we have a lot better access in the winter if we need to just lift up those lids and clean out or fix or whatever we got to do. So that's it for Septic Tank 101. Steve Thacker with Royal LePage. Enjoy your projects.